Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Sorin Space. Today, I want to talk about the most misunderstood structure in human history, what a human being actually is. For thousands of years, we have argued about morality, evil, discipline, and salvation. But most of these debates miss the same fundamental question: who is in control inside the human system? My position is simple but precise. A human being is composed of three distinct layers: the body, the consciousness, and the soul. Confusing these layers is the root cause of human suffering and of human harm. Clarifying the soul. Before we continue, let me clarify what I mean by soul. This is not religion. This is not mysticism. When I say soul, I mean this. The soul is the gaze and observation of a higher dimensional perspective upon the three-dimensional human system. It is not generated inside the system. It is not an acting entity within the world. It is the observing layer. Just as a character in a movie cannot see the camera, the human system cannot fully perceive the observer. The soul does not intervene by default. It does not compete. It does not defend. It observes. And through observation, freedom and choice become possible. This is not mystical. This is structural. The body. Now let us examine the body. The body is ancient. It was shaped long before civilization. Its logic is not ethical. Its logic is survival. The body remembers hunger. It remembers threat. It remembers that weakness once meant death. This memory is not personal. It is genetic. When the body dominates decision-making, the world becomes a battlefield. Competition replaces cooperation. Fear replaces understanding. Dominance replaces dignity. This is not evil. This is unmanaged instinct. A simple example. Imagine you are in a meeting. Someone challenges your idea in front of everyone. Within milliseconds, your body tightens. Your heart rate increases. Adrenaline floods your system. Your body is preparing for threat response, not because you are in danger, but because the body cannot distinguish between social challenge and physical attack. If the soul is absent at this moment, if observation is not present, the body will drive the decision, and consciousness will justify whatever the body does. Consciousness. This brings us to consciousness. Consciousness is not the soul, and the brain is not consciousness itself. The brain is hardware. Consciousness is software. Consciousness does not emerge from neurons. It operates through neurons, like a program runs on a computer. This is a crucial distinction. It means consciousness is not produced by matter. It uses matter as an interface. Consciousness processes language, memory, identity, time, social rules. Consciousness can reason, but it can also rationalize. When instinct demands safety, consciousness builds hierarchy. When fear arises, consciousness creates labels, us and them. When the body feels threatened, consciousness writes the story that makes harm seem logical. This is where bullying becomes maintaining order, where discrimination becomes pattern recognition, where arrogance becomes knowing your worth, not because people are cruel by nature, but because consciousness is easily hijacked when the body is afraid. Structural misalignment. Back to that meeting. The body reacts to the challenge. Now consciousness steps in. They disrespected me. I need to defend my position. If I don't push back, I'll lose credibility. Notice what happened. The body reacted. Consciousness constructed the narrative. And if the soul is not present, if observation is not watching this process, you will say something harsh, not because you wanted to harm anyone, but because fear was driving. This is the majority of human conflict, not malice. Structural misalignment. The role of the soul. The soul does not compete to exist. It does not seek superiority. It does not require comparison. The soul is the part of you that can observe the body react without reacting to the reaction. It can watch consciousness construct narratives without believing every narrative. The soul is present, not past, not future, present. This is why the soul does not naturally produce harm. Harm arises when the soul is absent from authority. The core insight. This leads to a crucial realization. Most human suffering is not caused by bad intentions. It is caused by incorrect control hierarchy. In most people's lives, the body reacts, consciousness rationalizes, and the soul is silent. This is not a moral failure. It is a structural one. Cultivation redefined. Now let us redefine cultivation, what many traditions call practice or awakening. Cultivation is not rejecting the body, it is not suppressing desire. It is not escaping the physical world. Cultivation is restoring control order. The soul must lead, consciousness must manage, the body must execute. When this order is reversed, civilization collapses into fear-based systems. When this order is restored, the same body becomes a tool for creation, protection, and care. Authority training. So let me be clear, human evil is not proof of a corrupt soul. It is proof that the soul has not yet taken authority. Evolution gave us a powerful body. Society trained a clever consciousness. But sovereignty, the ability to choose beyond instinct, belongs only to the soul. How do we restore this order? Not by forcing the body into silence, not by rejecting thoughts, but by training the soul to remain present when the body panics. This is not meditation. This is not relaxation. This is authority training. The pause. It means noticing when the body takes control, observing when consciousness begins justification, choosing to pause before the system runs its automatic program. This pause is not suppression. This pause is sovereignty. The practice is simple, but not easy. In the moment of reaction, ask, who is driving right now? Not as philosophy, as real-time observation. If the body is driving, you will feel it. Tension, heat, urgency. If consciousness is driving, you will hear it. Stories, justifications, labels. If the soul is driving, you will notice space. Space between stimulus and response. Space between thought and action. Space where choice becomes possible. And that is the real task of being human. Not perfection, not purity, but sovereignty. Sovereignty over impulse. Sovereignty over inherited fear. Sovereignty over ancient survival scripts that no longer serve a complex world. Let me end with this. The future of humanity does not depend on eliminating instinct. It depends on who holds the reins. When the soul leads, the body does not disappear. It finally knows where to go. When the soul leads, consciousness does not stop thinking. It finally thinks in service of awareness, not fear. This is not religion. This is not morality. This is architecture, the architecture of a functioning human being. Thank you.